reporting news at 8 for Wisdomia Television. Consider national unity and competency when electing principal officers, CUPP. Ekwerimadu's UK jail sentence is a shame to Nigeria's image, Adamu Garba. 30-minute phone call can cause hypertension. Cultism is equal to terrorism, Dapo Abiodun. The Coalition of United Political Parties, CUPP, on May 4, 2023, urged members-elect of the 10th National Assembly to put national unity, competency, and equity into consideration when electing principal officers. The group also said it would monitor the process that will produce those elected into these offices to ensure that it is not compromised. In a statement signed by Mr. Mark Adebayo, the CUPP's national co-spokesperson in Abuja, the group added that Nigeria's ethnic and religious diversities must not be ignored. The statement reads, all hands must be on deck to ensure that justice prevails in choosing the next set of NASS principal officers, particularly the Senate President and Speaker of the House of Representatives. The ethno-religious configurations of Nigeria must be taken into deliberate consideration in deciding who emerges as the next Senate President and the Speaker of the House. Every region and religion and all-round leadership capacity must be put into the forefront of consideration for choosing those to occupy those sensitive positions in order to give a sense of belonging to everyone in the Nigerian project. To ignore these crucial factors is to set up the country for intraceable distrust and crisis. We call on all stakeholders in this assignment to ensure that justice is not only done, but clearly seen to be done in the final analysis. Never allow pecuniary factors to determine the choices to be made, but primarily and fundamentally, national unity, equity, and leadership capacity should be the central considerations for choosing the next Senate and House leadership. CUPP will continue to watch closely the processes that will lead to the emergence of these important officers and will not support any underhand dealings that may compromise the peace and unity of the country. A former presidential aspirant of the platform of the All Progressives Congress, Adamu Garba, has described the 10-year jail sentence handed to former Nigerian Deputy Senate President Ekweremadu by a UK court as a dent on Nigeria's image and sovereignty. A UK court has sentenced Ekweremadu, his wife Beatrice, and Dr. Obinna Obeta to prison over organ harvesting. Reacting via his Twitter handle on Friday, Garba insisted that it is not ideal for a former Deputy Senate President to serve a jail term in a foreign country. He urged the federal government to summon the UK ambassador to Nigeria and express displeasure with the situation. Garba also said exploring diplomatic means could bring Senator Ekweremadu and his wife to serve their jail terms in Nigeria. A research published by European Society of Cardiology (ESC) says talking on a mobile phone for over 30 minutes or more per week is linked with a 12% increased high risk of high blood pressure. The findings of a study published in European Heart Journal, Digital Health, a journal of the ESC, was posted on ESC website on Friday. The study authored by Professor King of Southern Medical University in China said that it was wise to keep mobile phone calls to a minimum to preserve Earth's health. It's the number of minutes people spend talking on a mobile phone that matters for Earth's health, with more minutes meaning greater risk. Years of use or employing a hands-free setup had no influence on the likelihood of developing high blood pressure. More studies are needed to confirm the findings, he said. King noted that about 3/4 of the global population aged 10 and over own a mobile phone. Hypertension, also known as high or raised blood pressure, is a medical condition in which the blood vessels have persistently raised pressure. Hypertension is a major risk factor for heart attack and stroke and a leading cause of premature death globally. Mobile phones emit low levels of radio frequency energy, which has been linked with rises in blood pressure after short-term exposure. Results of previous studies on mobile phone use and blood pressure were inconsistent, potentially because they included calls, texts, gaming, and so on, King said. Also, King said the study examined the relationship between making and receiving phone calls and new onset hypertension using data from the UK Biobank. He said the information on the use of mobile phones to make and receive calls was collected through a self-reported touchscreen questionnaire at baseline King noted that those who talked on their mobile phone for 30 minutes or more per week had a 12% greater likelihood of new onset high blood pressure than participants who spent less than 30 minutes on phone calls. The professor said that years of use and employing a hands-free device or speakerphone among mobile phone users were not significantly related to the development of hypertension. Governor Abiodun of Ogun State has declared cultism and social menace in the state as acts of terrorism, warning that his administration would deal with suspected cultists as terrorists. The governor, who made the declaration at the Akaribo's Palace in Shagamu on Friday at a stakeholder security meeting, said his administration has had enough and was ready to deal with the matter once and for all. Abiodun disclosed that his administration would establish a joint intervention squad made up of the military, police, Department of State Services, civil defense, and local vigilantes to deal with cultism and other related crimes, especially in Shagamu. The governor said that the squad will be provided with necessary equipment while its headquarters will be sited in Shagamu local government area of the state. The Akaribo, Vermoland, and Chairman, Ogun State Council of Obas Oba Babatunde Ajayi, in his remarks said that people of diverse culture and religion had coexisted in the town for a very long time. Ajayi said he wondered why few elements in the society should disrupt the peace and progress the town had enjoyed in the past. He also said that the town could not continue to accommodate violence, noting that it was unacceptable. The headlines again. Consider national unity and competency when electing principal officers, CUPP. Ikoyi-Ramadan's UK jail sentence is a shame to Nigeria's image, Adamu Garba. 30-minute phone call can cause hypertension. Cultism is equal to terrorism, Dapo Abiodun. Thank you for staying tuned. I'm Odeleke Mufin, follower.